Hello everyone, how's everyone today? Welcome to Commercial Farming with a Dirt Road Farmer. Well, the harvest continues, and today we're going to try to, we've got two fields here that are about 825 acres between them, and we're going to try to get that done. This whole field area down here was 1,788 acres. Well, I took and divided that by four, made four fields out of it. So I'm thinking that, yeah, two of these fields will probably equal, at least 825 acres. So, we're going to try to get it done, because the next field that is due is, it's a big field. And that'll be an all-day harvest. And because that whole field is over 7,000 acres, and I divided it in half, so I'm thinking that each side is about 3,500 acres. And yes, that's an all-day harvest. So anyway, we're going to let these guys get along, and we'll just chase them with the grain cart. All right. Well, we're going to get these guys unloaded, and they're coming across this field just fine. We started over there, and oh yeah, there. It doesn't take 5 harvesters long to go across these fields. It's and it's unbelievable the size of some of the fields on this map, because like I've said before, this is a 10 kilometer by 10 kilometer map, so it is huge. So, I mentioned earlier that I had checked out that Nowhere, Kansas map, and yeah, it turned out to be kind of interesting, because when I went to put the first stage of fertilizer on one of the fields, it wouldn't accept any fertilizer. And I don't know what's up with that. I did get a hold of Nexus Mods and let them know about it, and I asked for some assistance on how to get a hold of the map maker, and so far I haven't heard anything from them. But yes, there's other people that are saying they're having problems also. And I can't say yay or nay to that. I don't know. All I know is the problems that I have had. And yeah, so we're putting Nowhere, Kansas on hold right now, because I've already got somewhere around 15 hours on that map, and now I can't do my first stage of fertilizer. It won't accept it. So I don't know why. but it's definitely a map issue. So, yeah, we'll get it ironed out. It does look like it's going to be a nice map to play on, but you know, we got to get the problem solved first. You know me. Now the planter, I don't know. I didn't go in and try to plant because you know my planter is a direct drill. It'll apply the first stage of fertilizer, and I guess maybe if the crops come up, then I could go in and apply the second stage, I guess. I didn't try that, but I just hate to spend all that time, you know, and it not work, because I've already spent about 15 hours on it, and it's not accepting the fertilizer now. So, yeah, I don't know, you know, and it's just a game. But in my eyes, if you're, you know, any game that you play, I don't care what it is, if you play Monopoly, you're playing to win. You're not really playing to lose, you know. You're playing to win, and it is just a game, but still, it's human nature. If you're going to play a game, you're going to try to do the best that you can do. And, you know, I could be mistaken with that thought, but that's just the way I think. So I always try to make the most money that I can and do the best that I can. So, but anyway, you know, that's that. So, anyway, we're going to take this over, and I think we may have enough to load. I don't know if we got enough for 2 trucks or not, but we'll find out. I know we've got enough for 1 truck, but 2 may be a stretch. I don't know. But we'll find out here in just a moment. Now we'll put our pipe out. Now the field there on our left side, that's the one that's next. And it's huge. Once we get these trucks on the way, I'll show you what that field looks like on the HUD. All right. A bunch of soybeans. Yep, there's 1 truck loaded. And we'll wait for our next truck. And like I said, I don't know if we'll have enough for this one or not, but we'll see. If we don't have enough to completely load him, we'll have quite a bit on him anyway. At least a half truckload. But the way it's looking, it looks like we may have enough to load him. Yeah, I believe we're going to have enough to load him. All right. Well, that's 2 of them. I don't know how much more we got left on, but we'll put it in the 3rd truck. It can't be a whole lot, I know. I didn't figure it was a whole lot. All right, well, we're going to let those guys continue on, and we're going to bring up our HUD and show you what this field directly in front of us looks like. All right. Now, let's pull this map down. This is the field where my cursor's at, and all these harvesters. These are all harvesters running. this is the field next to us that's got to be done. Now you can put at least 2 of these whole fields inside this. Probably almost 3 of these whole fields you can put inside here. So this is the big field that is next. Now if you come down and look, right here's where I cut that field in half. Alright, so it's about 3,500 acres on one side and 3,500 acres on the other side. And yes, it's just huge. That's all I can say about it. It's just huge. So anyway, we'll get into that tomorrow. I intend to take you with me. I don't know if it's going to come out tomorrow, but I will take you with me. Of course, it's not going to be a 12-hour video, I can tell you that. But what I will do is we'll start it off, and every once in a while I'll give you an update on it, show you our progress, or how far we've gone. Another thing I wanted to show you, let's bring that HUD back up. Of course it's got to save, of course. And I wanted to show you how much soybeans that we have in our storage right now. And right now we've got 16,526,059 liters. And right now it's selling for the highest, I guess, is $2,396. Okay, but if we go down here and look, the reason I'm putting it in storage is because in June is when it's going to sell at its highest. In June, it will sell, if you're following my cursor, for $3,585. That's why we're putting it in storage. I don't want to sell it now. I want to wait till then and then sell it. So, yes. So anyway, that's the plan. And we're going to get these 2 fields done today. And then in the next video, we are going to attack the big one. So, anyway, I hope you're game for it. Alright, well, we're getting these guys unloaded again. And it looks like they're getting real close to the end of this field. So we'll get into the next field right beside it and get it done. And yeah, we'll be that much farther along. So, you know, messing with these trucks reminds me of several years ago, and I guess for those of you that's been following me, you know that I used to be a truck driver. Well, several years ago, my son was in the Navy. And by the way, I have a son and a daughter. Both of them has went through the Navy. And yeah, I'm very proud of both of them. But anyway, this particular day, I was hauling a hazmat load, what they call a hazmat load. Now that doesn't mean that the load is dangerous. What that means is it could be, if you was to get into an accident, it gives your emergency equipment, your firefighters, and everybody a chance to know that, hey, you're either hauling a chemical or something that could cause bodily harm or cause something to get into the atmosphere, and but that doesn't mean that it's dangerous. And usually on those loads, you have to put what they call a placard on the side of your trailer. Now, a placard is a little triangle that you put on all four sides of your trailer so that it's visible, and it tells the emergency crew excuse me, what you're hauling in case you do get into an accident or something, or your vehicle catches on fire. It lets them know how to fight it. Well, now, on this particular day, I was hauling a hazmat load, and I was going through the state of Ohio. Well, anytime you go through the state of Ohio with a hazmat load, you are going to usually get pulled in a weight scale somewhere. After being weighed, they're going to tell you to, that they want to check your truck. Make sure your truck is safe. And this particular day wasn't any different. So I pulled off onto a weight scale, which you have to by law. Now keep in mind, you hear a lot of talk among truck drivers and stuff of how bad the police are to the truckers and this and that. Well, I've got several miles behind me, and I'm sorry, but I just haven't found that to be true. As long as you treat law enforcement the way or actually the way you would want to be treated if you were out there doing their job. But anyway, I pulled into this weight scale, and of course on the loudspeaker they told me to pull around back, that they want to inspect me. So, I did. I went around back, and just as I backed in where they wanted me to back into, they had told me that an officer would be out there real shortly, to inspect me, and I said, okay. So just as I got backed into my spot where they wanted me to be, my phone rang. And I picked it up, and it was my son. Now, my son was on the Kitty Hawk, and they were at port in Japan. And he had gotten the time to call me, which his phone calls were very few and far between, because of the situation. So, anyway, I took the call, and here come this officer. Now, there's one thing that you do not want to do, and that's be on your cell phone trying to talk to an officer, and do what he's wanting you to do and everything. But he walked up to the truck, and I opened my door, and the first thing I told him is, I said, sir, my son is on the phone. He's in the military, and he is in Japan, and I haven't heard from him for quite a while. And that officer looked at me, and he said, you go ahead and finish your conversation with your son. He said, I don't care how long it takes. You finish your conversation with your son. And he stood out there and waited for me to finish my conversation with him. And I'll never forget that day. People talk bad, about the weight stations are out to get you and this and that. Well, if you're doing something that you're not supposed to be doing, yes, they're not out to get you, but they're gonna stop you. you know, because you're illegal. So, but anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. It's just one of my stories, you know, that I've experienced. Everything that I tell you is not a made up story. Everything is true that I've experienced in my lifetime. And some of it is funny, and some of it is just informational. And so, anyway, we're going to go ahead and keep chasing these harvesters, and won't be long, we'll be in the next field. All right. Well, we are starting our second field. Now, that's the one that we just completed right there. So we moved our trucks over, moved our harvesters over, programmed them in for this field, and yeah, won't take us long and we'll have this one done. So anyway, they're off to a good start. Everything is looking great. So let's just let them keep on keeping on. All right. Well, I don't know if we're going to get all these harvesters emptied out or not. We're in the process of trying. Looks like we're going to get a load before we get them all. But anyway, these guys have flat come across this field now. As you can see, we don't have much more to do. So, yeah, what's the weather doing in your part of the woods? Yeah, we're they're saying that we're supposed to get a little bit of snow next week. I don't personally think it'll amount to anything, but that's what they're saying. And so far, I mean, our winter has been mild, and you know, it can stay that way. Yeah. I don't care anything about all the cold weather and nasty, and I just don't care much about it. But, you know, there are some people that do. And to be honest about it, farmers, they need the snow to, you know, it puts nitrogen in the ground. It does the ground good. So, but, you know, in real life, I'm not a farmer. Yeah. And it's, that bone-chilling cold is, yeah, well, I can do without it, you know. So, anyway, well, I don't know whether he got empty or we got loaded. But anyway, we're going to take this up and put it in the trucks and get them going. And if you like this content, please go up there and, or go down there and hit that thumbs up button. You know, I was looking the other day. You know, one of my videos may get 200 views. It may get 400 views, whatever. And on a 200 view video, maybe 9 people liked it. And you know, in order for me to continue and to keep up, YouTube looks at those likes. They want to see those likes on there so that they promote your video, you know, where more people can see them. And so I thought that was kind of interesting, you know, that I'm sure people just forgets to go down and hit that like, and that's the only reason why I tell you to make sure you go down and hit that like button, because it means a whole lot to this channel. with YouTube. So, but anyway, we're going to get these guys loaded, and I think we're pretty close to calling it a day. I think they've got one row left over there. So, oh yeah. I'm not sure, but I think we're going to be able to load all 3 trucks. The next thing will have to happen is we'll have to mulch these 4 fields that we just got done doing. And, you know, and then get them planted. And as you know, we're planting everything in corn this year for crop rotation. Either soybeans or corn. And so yeah. But anyway, if you have liked this content, please go down there and give me a thumbs up. I would sure appreciate it. And as always, thank you very, very much for watching.